Hi, it's Edie K with another Monday Motivation Weekly video for you. Speaking of motivation, that is the exact topic we're going to be talking about this week. Lack of motivation is something we all experience. We get started on something, we get headed towards a goal, and we're taking action and we're moving forward, and then all of a sudden we find ourselves in a place of really feeling unmotivated to keep going. And so I get this question a lot from people. What can I do when I reach that point of feeling really unmotivated to take the steps towards what it is that I said I wanted? So the answer to that question really lies in understanding that it's the wrong question to be asking in the first place. Because when you think about the word motivation, what is motivation? Motivation is really just a strong desire for something. And the truth is, if your desire is strong enough, you don't need motivation. You're just going to go do it. You're going to do what it takes to get the thing that you're after. And one of the best ways to illustrate this point is by telling you a story. And the story is about a young man who really wants to achieve a high level of success. And he's working with a mentor. So he says to his mentor, "Can you please teach me the secret of success?" And the mentor says, "That's easy, come with me." And he takes the young man to a body of water, a pond, and he tells him to look over the edge into the pool of water. And as the young man leans over into the pool of water, the mentor takes the back of the man's head and puts it underwater and keeps his hand there, holds his hand on the back of his head. And at first, the young man is thinking, well, this is kind of weird. Why is he holding my head underwater? But part of him is thinking, oh, okay, I'm going to get this big epiphany under here. I'm going to have this big enlightened experience, and I'm going to be shown through that enlightened experience the secret to success. But after about 45 seconds, he's starting to struggle. And so he reaches up and he taps his mentor's hand, to let him know, okay, let me up. I need to catch my breath. The mentor doesn't let up. So another 15 seconds goes by and he's really struggling to breathe. So he, taps his mentor's hand a little bit harder and is struggling, desperately trying to get his head above the water. The mentor still doesn't let up. About a minute and a half total goes by of him having his head underwater. Now he's freaking out. He's dying for air, and he's scratching at his mentor's hand, pushing his head up, doing everything he can. Arms are flailing, and he's totally panicking, trying everything he can do to breathe, just to get an air of breath. Finally, the mentor lets him up, and the young man is gasping and taking in as much breath as he can and struggling to regain his composure. And he's looking at his mentor like, what was that? Are you out of your mind? Are you insane? And the mentor looks at him and says clearly, when you want success, when your desire for success is as strong as your desire was to breathe just now, that's when you will achieve it. So with that story in mind, the effective question no longer is, how can I get motivated to do something? How can I regain the motivation that I used to have? That's not the effective question. The effective question is, how can I strengthen my desire for my goal, for what it is that I say I want to achieve? How can I strengthen my desire to the point where I'm just going to do whatever it takes to get it? And one of the very best ways to strengthen your desire for something, other than having to go through a life-threatening experience, is through mental imagery. You concentrate on the end result, the picture in your mind of the end result. So how do you take the time to work on your mental imagery? Well, that's through daydreaming. Now, daydreaming has really gotten a bad rap. We were taught in school that daydreaming is bad, is something negative and something that you shouldn't do, and to, pull your attention back to what it is you're supposed to be focusing on. But I want to emphasize that daydreaming is not bad. Daydreaming is good. Daydreaming is the mechanism for getting things done. What do I mean by that? Every creation, everything that's been created has started by somebody daydreaming about it, by somebody having a mental imagery of what that looked like. Look at Steve Jobs. If you've read his biography, clearly he spent a lot of time daydreaming, coming up with the mental picture of those products in his head first before they could go into design mode, before they could be manufactured in order for you to have it in your hand. Whatever your goal is, whatever it is you want to achieve, this is the way that you stay motivated towards that goal, is to focus on the benefit that you're going to get at the end. Focus intentionally through visual imagery and make it as colorful and as specific and detailed as you possibly can. And that is going to increase your level of desire, which will in turn motivate you to take the action step next to get you towards that goal. I hope you have an awesome week, and I look forward to talking to you next time.